Hello everybody, this is Analyzer Central. Welcome to my first YouTube video. This is going to be a YouTube channel all about reacting and analyzing many different things like epic rap battles of history that we have here, Mario Bros versus Wright Bros. Now, this is a very special episode because this is one of my favorite epic rap battles of history. That's why I chose it for the first one. I have my document here with all of the criteria that I have listed out. Of course, all of the ratings that I do, and the final result is going to be based off of my opinion and subjected to my opinion alone. If anyone else has any disagreements or comments or anything else, I would love to hear about them in the comment section below. Without a further ado, let's look at these first lines. I'm going to pause every once in a while to do some analyzing. And yeah, it should be good. I'm excited. Now it goes fast, so watch out. Let's get started.
The Wright Brothers versus the Mario Brothers. We're the Wright Brothers, and there can be no other. We don't want to cause trouble. Are you looking for your lover? Cause your
Already, it feels so good. I mean, we got Rhett and Link here as the Wright Brothers. Feels amazing. It flows so well. It's a really good start. I know I'm pausing it right away. I just want to get to this first line already. Let's see how this goes. I have three different categories here. We got flow, we got bar, we got credit. We got it all highlighted here as well. For this first line, let's look at the smoothness here, y'all. This sounds really, really nice. It's a really good opening. We love that they talk at the same time. Honestly, it sounds really good. They're a unit, man. They're together. They're united. Really, really smooth. We don't want to cause trouble. Are you looking for your love? Mario Bros. Iconic for always trying to find Princess Peach that Bowser always takes. And it just establishes who they are. I mean, there can't be no other Wright brothers. These are the Wright brothers. There are many Wrights throughout the history of the world. These are the Wright brothers. Yeah. What can I say? I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 3 on its smoothness. Now the transition, it also sets it up really good for this next line that you'll hear coming up. It's gonna be our bar line. That transition, I'm gonna give it 3 as well. But the hit, a little bit less so. It's a fine hit. I'd say, it's not as good, right? I'm gonna hit it with a 2. I'm gonna hit it with a 2. Overall, 2.5. It sounds really, really good. It sounds really, really good. Not the perfect line, but hey, it's getting there. Time for our first bar line. Let's back it up a little bit. And here we go.
We're the Wright Brothers, and there can be no other. We don't want to cause trouble. Are you looking for your lover? Cause your princess is in our castle now. Yeah, she's gone. We stayed up all night playing Donkey Kong. Before us, people only used to.
That line just really hits. Stayed up all night playing Donkey Kong. Ooh, of course, alluding to something spicy. I don't want YouTube to demonetize me already on my first video. So we won't get into detail too much, but Donkey Kong, yeah, seems that Princess is not with the Mario Bros, but is actually with the Wright Bros, according to their line anyhow. That delivery, it sounds really, really, really good. I'm going to get that a 3 out of 3. The hit, we're going to also do a 3 out of 3. The cleanliness of it, I mean, that's looking at the relevance, right? It's like, well, who are these two to say that they're gonna just take Princess Peach and play Donkey Kong? They don't have a lot of room to say that. That's why I just don't fully give it that bit. But honestly, the rest of it makes up for it. It's a 3 out of 3 line for me. Let's head on over to the rest of it. I think we're just gonna do the rest and move on to one of the Mario Bro lines. Let's back up a little bit.
All night playing Donkey Kong. Before us, people only used to fly in balloons. You think we're scared up to idiots addicted to shrooms? Who shoulda, woulda, coulda, come to lose an extra life? So just da-da-da-da-da-da, back down in your pipe.
Yeah, I just say Rhett and Link's facial expressions are absolutely amazing, and I mean, they play the characters so creatively, and we love it. Shout out to them, honestly. Very good opening lines, as I said before. Let's say this first one's a credit one. That's basically saying, hey, who are we? What are we doing here? Why are we wanting to talk, man? I gave them a little hit on that bar line just because, like, who are they? Well, let's see who they are. Of course, the Wright brothers are known for creating the first flying machines, the first plane that was successful, of course, though many others attempted. Yeah, it establishes who they are. That background is really nice. I think it works really well. It's a 3 out of 3. But that sympathy, no, it's just like, oh, do people care? And I think a lot of people really like. I mean, the Wright brothers aircrafts are attributed to them. That is an important landmark in history. Not everyone knows who they are, though, I'd say. I feel like a lot of people don't really know who the Wright brothers are, or in the full origins of aircraft. And, I'm not sure if everyone cares. I feel like there's a lot that do, and it isn't as impactful as, some other figures, right? So we're gonna just say, okay, give it a solid 2. Itch, though, not that much. It's just one line. It was hard for me to section it up like that. But we're gonna give the itch just a 1. It doesn't fully scratch something in my brain that a credit could. Overall, though, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. It was decent, not the best line. It's only one line. That's okay. The bar, though, you think we're scared of 2 idiots addicted to shrooms. Amazing line. That delivery. I mean, I'm sorry. I just love how he did that. It sounds so good. It hits well. Like, what are you to talk? You guys are just, video game characters. We're just high on shrooms, and it's like, I mean, it just sounds good overall. Just overall, it's pretty good. That's a 2, right? This last flow line, you shoulda, woulda, coulda come to lose an extra life. Some little bit of wordplay there. Not the most impressive thing. I'm sure there's something I'm missing with it because it feels like there's just something else, but I don't know. But I love the da-da-da-da-da-da back down to your pipe. Classic Mario game sound. I mean, it just sounds good. And it's basically saying you should just stop. Like, we already beat you. Which is not always my favorite, but it gets the job done here. I'd say that it's pretty dang smooth. I really love the transition off the shrooms. I don't know, it just sounds really good transition wise, but the hit is just not it's not super meaningful. It doesn't feel like they're actually like packing a punch there. Overall, it's a 2 out of 2. Pretty good though. And the overall line as a whole for the start, the credit, of course, I'm just gonna keep that as a 1.5. Flow 4.5. We're just gonna combine that for now with the 2.5 and the 2, and the bar is going to be a straight up 5. Really good bars here, with the overall being 11 out of 15, if I am not mistaken. I'm going to do some quick math here, but yes, really, really good first line from the Wright brothers. It's time for the Mario brothers, though. Let's see if they can pack a punch back. Of course, we got nice Peter and Epic Lloyd here, I'm pretty sure. Let's hop right into
Back down in your pipe.
It's me, Mario!
And Luigi, mother...
Why don't you just get back in your biplane and make out with each other?
Look at these 2. Their lives must have been horrible!
2 dorky dudes!
Named Wilbur and horrible!
It feels so... Look at him, he's just like, what? I love how strong Luigi comes off. Nice Peter does an amazing job. I mean, Luigi's supposed to be this coward, man, but he is just going up. It's Luigi, mother. That first line really gets me with the Mario Bros. I love it. I'm just having it be a credit. Well, it's this is the Mario Bros. Man. Mario is so influential. I'm a big Mario fan myself. Sure, many of you are as well. Uh, I mean, it's a multi generational thing. They are so well known. I mean, I'm sure if you were to poll people, they're gonna be more well known than the Wright brothers. Sorry to them. Um, that background, then just like I mean, even though they don't say much, that's enough needed, right? And the sympathy, I mean, we all know them. We know the Mario brothers. And it's real. I mean, that Luigi, it hits. We give it a 2.5 overall. Amazing opening, in my opinion, even though it's simple. It's so effective. Why don't you just get back into your biplane and make out with each other? I mean, you guys are looking a little close as brothers, You're completely in unison. Why don't you just scurry off? I like it. It's pretty smooth. That transition is pretty decent. I like how Mario and Luigi just go back and forth on each other. You know, it feels really interesting. And then that hit, it's okay as well. It's just all kind of okay. It doesn't bring something up in me, but it's okay. So it's overall a 2. Now we're gonna look at this bar here. Let's play it one more time because I mean this is one of my favorite bars as well.
Each other.
Look at these two. Their lives must have been horrible.
Two dorky dudes.
Named Wilbur and
You spent
horrible.
all
Luigi's just nice. Peter's just going with those bars. One more time.
And Luigi,
Why don't you just get back in your biplane and make out with each other?
Look at these two. Their lives must have been horrible.
Two dorky dudes.
Named Wilbur and
You spent all your time on one machine?
I mean, they're basically calling them big nerds. Like, why are they in this rap battle? They should just be going off, doing their own thing, right? I think that it works really well with that delivery. I like that back and forth with Mario and Luigi. As I said before, that delivery is so nice. The hit is also just really good. I'm a little bit of a nerd myself, as you might be able to tell, but so I can't say it's fully clean, but I mean it's there. Mario Bros are cool. They are just calling them losers, and it's pretty dang effective. I give the overall a 3. I'd say it's a really effective line. Really good bar. Let's just do these last couple things, and then we'll move on to round 2 with the Wright brothers.
horrible.
Two dorky dudes.
Named Wilbur and horrible.
You spent all your time on one machine? If you wanted to fly, you should have just eaten this leaf.
You should eat something anyway. Look at you, so
You might
skinny.
fly like a hawk.
Would you fight like a kitty?
Ooh. You may fly like a hawk, but you fight like a kitty. That's what gets me with those lines. But anyway, we're not quite there yet. We have this little back and forth here. Sounds really nice. You spent all your time on one machine. That's all you did, right? Sure, huge invention. That's all you did. We are in this video game that's so influential, and you're just kind of at home doing that. Yeah, love the you should eat something anyways. Acting like true Italians. It's a funny line. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. The transition is really nice back and forth. The hit is fine. I think the smoothness in the hit is just like it's not the best thing, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I'd say overall, it's just gonna be a 2 for me. And then that bar though, delivery, pretty good. I like you may fly like a hawk, but you fight like a kitty. I love that kitty. I feel like it's funny as heck. We're gonna make it a 2 for the hit and the clean as well. I like it. I like it. It's just kind of the whole thing is just saying, why are you battling us? That's what this whole line is. Like, we are these iconic characters You guys are just little inventors. You should just go back home, you know. I'm going to give it 2 overall. The overall line's 2.5, of course, with the credit. I'm just going to leave it at that. The flow, going to combine those two. We're going to get a nice 4 out of 6 on the flow. Pretty dang good flow. We're going to get 4.5 out of 6 on the bars. I really did like that first bar. The second one is fine. It doesn't make it enough for me to be like, oh, let's just go for 5. You know, I feel like I'm just gonna shift it slightly, right? Doesn't feel quite as good, but it does leave us at an 11 out of 15 overall, which is the same as the Wright Bros. So we're even so far, which makes sense. It's been a pretty good match. This is gonna be a tight match here, guys. Now, second Wright Bros line. It is the most replayed, so we'll see what they have.
Wait, look at you so
You might
scared.
fly like a hawk.
Would you fight like a kitty?
We don't need to fight. We're the fathers of flight, representing North Carolina. All right, we'll be pressing all your buttons.
I love that first line. All right, it is just saying like I love it off of the kitty line. You know, off of the you fight like a kitty. Well, you know, we don't need to fight, man. We are literally the fathers of flight. Like we are the reason why planes exist the way they do now. And it's a damn good line, and I really the satisfyingness. It's just satisfying. The North Carolina, I represent. Now, you know, background, real nice. I like it. I like the fathers of flight line for it. It's not the most perfect thing. Sympathy, hey, you know, represent they're. It just feels good. It just all feels good. I'd say it's a 3 out of 3 line. I just feels good. Not much else to say. That flow. Let's take a look at this flow.
Representing North Carolina. All right, we'll be pressing all your buttons like we're the controller. Talk a rappy level up your 2D scroller. You talk a lot of trash, but let me tell you something. We're gonna beat you so fast, it's like we're holding down the B button.
I love them together. You may notice a little thing here, actually. I want to say with these lines. If you go back to the Mario Bros thing, we're just gonna keep it in that little window. You see, he doesn't have his jacket like he has he doesn't have right now. You know, but you go here, he has his jacket, and he takes it off. So he put his jacket on in between this line, I guess. Of course. You know, it's just the way they edited it, but that was a little funny thing. Little tidbit. We are the analyzers, after all. Really decent line. You know, it doesn't. I'd say it's all just the flow line. You know, I'd say it's just 2 flows. There's no like actual bars saying, you know, a direct hit against them. It's just kind of like wrapping things up. A little bit of trash talk, you know. This first line is pretty smooth. I like it back and forth. I like, we'll be pressing all your buttons. Oof, I don't know. I like the back and forth. It sounds really nice. Transition is also just really good. The whole thing just transitions really nicely. There just is no hit. You know, it is a little bit nice. Like we're controlling you. It doesn't hit fully though. It doesn't bring me anything. It is still gonna just be a 2 out of 3. And that's okay. Now this flow 2 is going to be kind of similar, where we got that smoothness. Yeah, it's fine. You know, and then that transition is less good, I'd say. It doesn't feel as, you know, connected. And I don't know. I feel like they could have ended it better. But the hit is pretty decent. I really like, you know, referencing the B button with, you know, sprinting, of course. It's we're going fast. We're beating you fast. And it's also just telling them that they're talking a lot of trash. They're doing a lot of just direct hits that just are like, I mean, give us a break, man. Overall, though, it's just kind of mid. It's a 2. It's decent. Not the worst thing, just not the best. The overall line, though, you know, I love that credit again. I'm just gonna keep it even that. The bar is just gonna give me a 3. I don't feel like I can give it much more with this flow. Sorry, the flow. I can't give it much more. I'm not gonna lie. But the Mario Bros, can they seal the deal here? This is the last line. I'm gonna start with the flow, and we're gonna lead into that bar. This one was really hard for me to split up. I was looking at it for a few minutes, and I was just like, it's just very convoluted with a lot of shit talk. Pardon my French. It's time to go.
The B
Let's
button.
save it up an 8-bit fist.
Made the
Let's
order.
knock you off the back of your own stupid quarters.
Bow. How you like me now?
Spit flames out of mouths like a name was Bowser.
Promise this is the last pause until the end. I like, I think this beginning could have been a little bit better. I like that they go in hard. It just doesn't feel like the transition is that good. Relatively, it's not as smooth. I'd definitely say. Sorry, the smoothness is just not as good. I'd say the transition is really nice into the next line, though, right? Will knock you off the back of your own stupid quarters. I believe that the Wright brothers had quarters printed in a couple of years in both North Carolina and Ohio. I'm not sure though. Yeah. The hit just isn't that great. It's like okay, it's just like okay, it's fine. I like the transition though, and like you see with this transition into like knocking you off your quarters, pow. I really like that transition. And it just sounds really nice. It sounds smooth. I like the Bowser line. The hit is again not. It doesn't feel like it hits. There isn't anything that like actually feels like they're going after the Wright brothers or they're doing anything. I just can't give them too many points there. But because of the smoothness in the transition and just everything overall, I think I can give it a 2.5 just because, overall, it does sound good. Now this bar here is going to be your last thing. And then...
Flames out of mouths like a name was Bowser. You get pummeled. You wish you never stumbled out your little wind tunnel.
We've been dropping my bombs since we started this song.
Sorry, Wright brothers, this time you chose wrong.
I like the wordplay there. I just love how Epic Lloyd played Mario as well. It's I like that it's a little bit more chill than Luigi. And I mean, hey, you did it better than Chris Pratt. No offense to any Chris Pratt lovers. No, hate me in the comments. He's a physical actor. Come on. Okay, that delivery, that's pretty dang good. I like that delivery. I like the wind tunnel. It's pretty funny. And the bombs is really interesting line to me. I don't know if they were going for this, but it feels like I mean the history of the Wright brothers. They really wanted their invention to do good, right? They were doing it so that it could like improve humanity. They're really good guys. Of course, aircraft are pretty deadly, y'all. We see in later on World War II and really during really all the time that we've had them, we've used them somehow to hurt a lot of people. So it's kind of funny that they put that in there, and of course they're dropping bombs because they're spinning bars. And then I like this final little bit, which is sorry, Wright brothers, this time you chose wrong. They're actually the wrong brothers. They shouldn't have messed with the Mario Bros. Is really what they're saying. Let's say for this bar, again, that delivery, 2.5. The hit, 2.5. Cleanliness, yeah, it's fine. It gets a 2. Overall, 2.5. Really decent bar. Not the best thing I've ever heard. I like it, though. I like it. For the final thing, that flow is going to be a 3 out of 6. For me, I can't give it much more. I just I like some of it. It doesn't really stick. There's better ways they could have done, particularly that beginning, in my opinion. The bar itself, of course, was really good. I'm going to stick it with the 2.5. And overall, it's going to be a 5.5 out of 9. Now, yeah, that's what it's going to be. And you guys might know now that, well, with our final results, seems like we got 11 plus 6 for the Wright Bros. 11 plus 6 is 17. And then for Mario Bros, that's going to be an 11 plus 5.5, which is 16.5. Wright Bros have won in my metrics. Very, very close. Very, very close race. The Wright Bros just really did some incredible work with a lot of their credit and a lot of just the way that they flowed. I really loved it. I think it was really close though. The Mario Bros also came in with some, a lot of just rapid action, right? Which sounded cool. It didn't really produce enough results to kind of get an edge over just the Wright Bros' ability to be a little bit more collected and a little bit more organized and calculated with their lines. But overall, very close battle, and both sides did amazing. I loved the acting, just everything about it was an amazing battle. Again, one of my favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I definitely am going to be covering some different things, some more epic rap battles, potentially. I'm also going to maybe do some music, some history, other things like that, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Let me know what you guys want to see. Peace out.